is, oh, ooh, I sprayed it in my mouth a little bit. I like it, but not that much. Golly. Hey kitties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Marilyn and I'm bringing you all things of beauty, fashion, lifestyle, even some fragrance. So if you like that kind of stuff, come in, bring a friend, and close the door. Okay, so that intro was your cue to go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't done it already, go ahead and subscribe. Okay, you can't keep coming around here for free. Nah, you can't keep doing that. All right, kitties, so we're gonna get into some fragrance. I recently picked up a few new fragrances. So for my recent empties video, you know, I may have some shelf space because I emptied out a few bottles of fragrances. So it gives me reason to purchase new ones because we got to justify the purchase. At least I do. Okay, I have to keep the madness managed, you know? So yeah, so I got 5 new fragrances. One is a body mist, the others are actual perfumes. So let's get into it. Okay, now the first thing that we're going to start with is this is a recent launch. It's a department store fragrance. It is perfect and right on time for fall, and it's none other than the Marc Jacobs Perfect Absolute, and this is the 1 ounce bottle. Okay, this is a complete blind buy, so I went ahead and bought the 1 ounce. I just had a feeling that I would like it, so I went with it. So let's talk about what's in this fragrance, and you'll see why I think it would be really good for fall. I mean, just the color of the bottle alone lets you know maybe a good fall and winter fragrance. So this has a top note of fig. There's also caramel in the top note. It's a mid note of jasmine, and the base is amber. So pretty base, not basic, but very little notes, so it's not overly complicated. Now with this fragrance, I actually love it. So this isn't a first impression. I've already smelled this, but this is a strong. You know when you want your fragrance into the room before you do? Absolutely. So when you first spray this out, it has like a fruity, thick, syrupy sweetness to it, which with these particular notes, it actually smells great. I don't always like syrupy or too thick or too super sweet, but this one, when you spray this, you smell the fig, the caramel. It's really tart, but it's also just as sweet. And I really feel like the beauty of the Marc Jacobs Absolute, the beauty of it is the dry down. And this is long lasting. It takes, I mean, all day for the scent of this to go away, which I like. Okay, now with this particular fragrance, you have to be careful not to overspray because it is very strong. It's a pleasant scent, but it's very strong and it's extremely sweet. I would say it's close to the edge of smelling like cough syrup or being a little medicinal, like some people would say, but it isn't quite there because the notes, or the actual notes and the sweetness in this smells really pretty with the jasmine and the caramel. It makes it very sweet, and I feel like this type of fragrance through the fall and winter or cooler weather would be good. Now this in the summer would probably be a no. Okay, so the fig is really tart. The caramel makes it sweet, and I feel like the top notes to me carry throughout the entire fragrance. Then it dries down into like a fruity amber. Okay, so if you're the type of person that likes sweet fruity scents but you want to be able to wear it in the fall, this would be such a great fragrance to go with. Again, this is not the type of scent to overspray. I would say, you know, a spray or 2 on the post points and maybe 1 or 2 on the clothes, but that whole, for me, the helicopter of fragrance that I like to do, just kind of do a whirlwind, I cannot do with this because it'll be on the verge of a headache. Okay, it's a great smell, but you have to make sure you don't overdo it. And I would say don't put it into areas that are constantly going to be brushing across your face if you don't want to smell too much of that sweetness. So it smells, it's a warm, fruity, floral amber scent, and I am so glad I got it. And I got it in the 100 ml. I feel like this is enough. Or I'm sorry, not 100 ml. This is a 1 ounce. I think this would be enough for me to empty the bottle, because that's my goal. Like, I really want to empty my fragrances. I don't want to just sit. I want to try new things, but I really have to make room. So I thought, girl, get the 1 ounce. And I did. And I love, absolutely love this. The scent bubble that surrounds you with this is incredible. It has great longevity. It lasts hours, several hours on the skin, and the sillage is going to be amazing. It's super strong. Like, they can't help but to smell you before you get into the room. They really can't. But if you do not like extremely sweet fragrances, do not get this, because you're going to hate it, because this is sweet, thick syrup. Yeah. If I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a 10. I really do love this. I would give this a 10. It lasts long. It smells great. What else? What else? It projects like crazy. What else do you want? All right, so next up, now this is an older fragrance. This is an affordable option, and this is by Khadlaj. It's called Fursan White. This is said to be a dupe for a niche fragrance that's called Vanilla Powder, and I'm not paying for vanilla powder, okay? I never smelt it, but the way it's described, I feel like it was something I would like. And then I also saw this, and I've been seeing this for quite some time. Again, this is called Fursan White by Khadlaj. This is the bottle. Okay. It is such a high quality bottle. It's extremely heavy. Nothing about this feels cheap at all. However, it is extremely affordable. You can get this for $30 or less on some sites. I'll have all the links to these fragrances in the description in case you want to catch it, in case you want to grab it. But this fragrance, since I've gotten it, I've been spraying it like crazy. Okay, so I haven't had it long, so I'm not sure what it's going to mature into, but what it is today, right now, for me, it's the shit. It really is. It really is so freaking good. So let's talk about what the notes are in this. And this is a unisex. This smells, it leans masculine, but it isn't super masculine, but it does have like a masculine leaning scent to me. So Fursan White has a top note of jasmine, bergamot. It has a middle note of coconut, musk, and almond, and the base is vanilla, nutmeg, and cedarwood. So when you first spray this, immediately you get like a blast of zesty freshness, and I think it's kind of sharp. Okay, now but it takes like a minute or two for that to sort of subside, and immediately I start smelling like a creamy coconut floral scent, and then it gets a little bit woody. Okay, and I love like a hint of coconut. Like, I love a coconut scent, although this coconut isn't like an overwhelming tropical smelling coconut. Paired with like the powderiness that's in this fragrance, the musk, the vanilla, and then there's a nutmeg in this, and the nutmeg is not overwhelming. It's done so nicely to where it just gives a very subtle spiciness. Nothing crazy, because this is a fragrance that would be great in the summer and spring, and even the beginning of fall, depending on where you are. Like for me, we're in fall now, but it's still warm in Florida, and I think this is so beautiful. My husband likes this. When he came home from work, when I had it on, he was like, "Oh, you smell good. What is that?" It's this Fursan White. Something about this scent to me is super sophisticated. Like, it's such a classy, it's a powdery coconut. It's a creamy but powdery coconut scent. The coconut is not strong, not to me. I wish it was stronger even, but I absolutely love coconut. But the creaminess and the way this blends and the way it dries down is super pretty and sexy. I'm not gonna say pretty because this smells kind of masculine, but it's pretty sexy and sophisticated, and it's long lasting. I mean, to me, it's long lasting. I can smell it for about 6 or 7 hours or so on my skin, but like on my clothes, I can smell it most of the day, at least until I take a shower. So that's most of the day. So this is, let me show you what the atomizer looks like when it sprays out. You see how it just, oh my God. This smells so good, girl. I feel like I would repurchase that. I feel like I'm gonna go through that pretty quickly because I can spray it heavily because I really, really love the scent. And I love the way this dries down. It's such a beautiful scent and it's totally worth it. Now, the one it's inspired by, vanilla powder, is pretty expensive, baby. I don't know if I'm gonna be buying that. If it's a gift or it's given to me, yeah. But purchasing it, I don't know. I don't know about that. Not when Khadlaj is doing it so good. Like, why would I even? Okay, so the next fragrance I picked up is actually replacing one that I finished. Okay, and it's by Fulton and Roark. It was called Cloudland. And I mentioned on my channel, I have a dedicated video. I mentioned it on my last empties video, completely emptied it. And I purchased it again. Now, when I received Cloudland, I never even heard of Fulton and Roark. They reached out to me and they sent me the fragrance. And I also had a gift card. So as soon as I finished it, I was like, you know what? I gotta get this again because I finished it so quickly because this is a skin scent. This is like a clean, crispy, fresh linen sort of scent. Let me read you the notes. So this has the top note of, it just says citruses, there's jasmine, there's middle notes of cashmeran or cashmeran, jasmine, sambac, and ylang ylang. And it has a base of musk, ambroxan, and moss. So it's super clean, squeaky clean. It's an extrait de parfum, so it lasts the entire day. Although it holds pretty close to the skin, it is long lasting and it just literally smells clean, like you took a shower. And that's probably why I went through it so fast. And also my son wears it. He wears it too, and it lasts on his uniform, his clothes, all day long. It's non-offensive. If you work in like the healthcare lane, this would be a really great perfume to wear to work because it's non-offensive and it smells absolutely clean, like you took a shower and you really care about washing your ass, if you really do. So this is the bottle. I love the simplicity of this. It's a beautiful bottle because it's so simple. And when it's simple like this, I mean, it is kind of expensive. This costs $205, so it is kind of expensive, or it is expensive. Not kind of, it is. This can buy me like a dozen Lattafa fragrances. But I love it, and the quality, it's very high quality and literally lasts the entire day. Okay, and this is the bottle. And just to give you some perspective, the first bottle that I had was only about 3 to 4 months ago, and it's completely empty, and I have plenty of other fragrances I can wear. So keep that, you know, that puts it in perspective on how good it is and how often I wore it. And I also picked up another fragrance from Fulton and Roark, and it's more of a clean scent as well, because I don't have a ton of clean scents. Like, I have that fresh smell, but these just smell clean and watery, you know what I mean? So now this one is called Ghost Trees, and this is, it's a little earthy, but it's clean, it's fresh, it's a little salty. Well, let's read the notes, girl. All right, so Ghost Trees has, the top note is ozonic notes, pink pepper, juniper. It has middle notes of sea notes, cypress, salts, and floral notes. And the base is driftwood, elemi, and woody notes. So yeah, it's clean, fresh, and it has some woodiness to it. This smells masculine to me. It's they're both unisex. Cloudland is unisex, and so is Ghost Trees. This one smells more earthy, but in a good way. Because earthy doesn't always mean good to me. Because I definitely don't want to smell like grass and like soap. But this is like a nice, sophisticated, woody freshness. So if you are a clean girl and you go crazy for clean scents, you have to have a Fulton and Roark in your collection. Either it be Cloudland or Ghost Trees. These are some of the cleanest fragrances I have, and I don't have a lot of clean fragrances. I have a lot of fresh smells, but this smells clean and fresh and woody at the same time. And absolutely yes, absolutely yes. Let me show you how they spray out. Really nice. This is so fresh. It kind of smells like a really nice aftershave, to be honest. But that's not bad to me. That's not bad at all. Now the last one I picked up is a body mist, and I know I'm going to be doing so many scent combos with this because I love a fluffy marshmallow scent. But this is not a basic marshmallow to me, and this is by Ellis Brooklyn. It's literally marshmallows, and this one now, like, this is, oh, ooh, I sprayed it in my mouth a little bit. I like it, but not that much, golly. Ooh. Now this is not so basic. This is like a marshmallow, but it's like a fruity marshmallow to me. Really playful, and it just smells delicious. And I know I'm going to be using this to do so many combos, so many. All right, so the top notes of this is there's marshmallow, lemon, peach, and it has middle notes of caramel. I think I saw caramel 2 times today as far as what I brought. All right, so anyway, it has middle notes of caramel, benzoin, vanilla orchid, and it has in the base musk, Indonesian patchouli leaf. Beautiful, beautiful marshmallow. It smells like not so basic though. It's not a basic marshmallow. It has like the fruity elements that makes it, it gives it a little tropical feel to me a little bit, but that creamy vanilla marshmallow scent when it dries down, yeah, something about it smells a little tropical, but that marshmallow is just so fluffy and airy with that hint of sweetness. To have this as a body and hair mist is beautiful. I'm going to be wearing it alone, and I'm going to be doing a lot of combos. A lot of combos was my top reason for getting it, because I just love to add marshmallows to a few different fragrances, and it just makes it a little bit more fluffy. Like if you have fragrances that are really spicy, like what's one that's really spicy, like Latafa, the Hummer, that is very cinnamony. And if you feel like you love the fragrance but you want it to be less spicy, if you add a fluffy fragrance to it, which I discovered, I used to pair that with Kayali Bougie Marshmallow, and then I got the dupe, which is the Paris Corner Marshmallow Blush. When you pair that with something spicy, the balance is incredible. It takes away some of the spiciness without taking it completely away, but it makes it a little bit airy and less spicy, and I love that. So I'm so glad I got this. One of my homegirls, she also does fragrance content, Tammy, she said this was her favorite Ellis Brooklyn body spray or body and hair mist. I did a video on the other limited edition ones that I had, which is the lychee and was the mango milkshake, and she's like, this is the one that she really likes. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna get it because I believe her, and I know she smells good. I never smelled her before, but girl, I know she smells good. So if you're looking for another person to look into, definitely look into Tammy, because she has experience. Okay, she has so many different fragrances. I'm like, girl, where are you putting all this stuff, honestly? Anyway, why am I spraying this so much? Because it smells good, that's why. Okay, Kitty, so those were all of my new fragrances that I can add to my collection. If you picked up anything new, type down in the comments. If you know some combos with the ones that I already just mentioned, type it down in the comments too, girl. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, come back, and watch another video. Bye.